They told us the Davis Mountains were peaceful, silent, sacred, but silence doesn't mean safety. We thought we were alone out there. 4 friends, 1 weekend, a few cameras, and a local legend. But there's something ancient in those hills. Something hungry. It doesn't forget. It doesn't forgive. And it never, ever leaves you once it sees your face. This is not a story about ghosts. This is a story about what you become when the Wendigo decides it's your turn. I never really believed in legends. Ghost stories, curses, monsters, they were all just background noise for campfires and midnight dares. That changed in November 2023. We were 4 friends, all mid-20s. Jason, the one with the drone and the ego. Leo, quiet camera guy. Manny, the skeptic. And me, Ethan, the planner, the one who found the legend online. We weren't ghost hunters. We weren't thrill seekers. We just wanted to film something cool for our dying YouTube channel. I found the Wendigo story in an old Apache forum post, buried under dozens of cryptid threads. It talked about a pale creature spotted deep in the Davis Mountains. Locals called it the Starved One. The post said, "If you hear it howl, it already knows your name. If you dream about it, you're already part of its forest." We thought it was perfect clickbait. We packed up for a 3-day trip. Tents, cameras, snacks, bear spray, and jokes. Always jokes. Even as we drove past the last gas station for 80 miles, Jason kept saying, "Wendigo's just a fancy word for white people scared of nature." None of us knew. We were already inside its reach. The landscape was beautiful at first. Towering pine trees, crumbling cliffs, endless silence. But silence started feeling different after sunset, like something was listening. We camped near an abandoned fire watch tower on the second night. That's when the wind shifted. Manny swore he heard a woman crying in the trees. Jason told him to stop being soft. Leo didn't say anything, but he kept glancing behind him. I remember the first howl. It didn't echo like a coyote. It was deeper, slower. It sounded like something trying to scream, with lungs full of blood. And it didn't stop. It kept going and going until our bones vibrated. We all froze. Then Jason, trying to act brave, laughed. Probably just a bobcat. Chill. That night, Leo didn't sleep. Neither did I. The next morning, Jason was gone. At first, we thought he went off with his drone. He loved recording solo sunrise shots, but an hour passed, then 2. No drone, no signal, no tracks. We spread out, yelling his name, searching the tree line. Manny went down toward the creek. Leo and I took the ridge behind the fire watch tower. But there was nothing, not even broken branches, as if he'd been lifted straight off the ground. We returned to camp, silent, shaken. Then Leo said something I'll never forget. There were handprints on the tree behind the tents, but they were upside down, too high for Jason to reach. We laughed nervously, thinking maybe it was a prank. But Leo wasn't joking. He showed me the photos. They weren't just prints. They were long, skeletal, 6-fingered impressions in the bark. And each print had blood in the grooves. That night, we didn't build a fire. We sat in the dark with our backs to the trees, holding bear spray like it would save us from whatever was out there. At 2:14 a.m., Leo screamed. I shot up, flashlight on. He was pointing toward the trees. Something was there, just barely in this beam of my light. Tall, pale, not moving. Its arms were so long they nearly touched the ground, and its face, God help me, its face was stretched like a melted mask, with two deep holes where the eyes should be. Then it moved, not walked, jerked, like a glitch in real life. We ran. Manny dropped the camera. I grabbed Leo's arm and we bolted through the dark, not caring where we went. When we finally stopped, Leo whispered, "That thing wasn't hunting us. It was hurting us." We didn't sleep. We waited until daylight to find Manny and the dropped gear. Only the tripod remained, bent in half, no camera, no Manny. Just a trail of bare human footprints leading toward the hills, and they weren't his shoe size. We followed the prints for hours. They led us to a rocky outcrop hidden between two ridges, a shallow cave cloaked by hanging branches. Stank like rotting meat. Leo stepped inside first, holding up his phone's flashlight. Carvings all over the walls. Pictographs of men with antlers, of humans transforming into beasts. There were handprints in ash, smeared like someone tried to claw their way out. And in the center, a small pile of bones. Human bones. Leo took one step back and screamed. Behind him on the wall was a fresh carving. Not old, not weathered. Fresh, a stick figure scratched in deep, 4 tall bodies, and one was crossed out. We both knew what it meant. "It's counting us," I whispered, "and we're next." That night, the howling returned, but this time, it wasn't far. It was right outside the cave. Leo wasn't the same after that night. He stopped speaking. He stared at trees like they were whispering to him. He scratched his arms raw, murmuring, "Don't eat the meat. Don't eat the meat." I tried to get us out, used my compass, phone, GPS, anything. But the directions looped. We ended up back at the same trees, the same rocks. The forest had changed. Or we had. I was starving. Exhausted. I started hearing things. Jason's voice calling my name. One night I caught Leo chewing something in the dark. It was flesh. I don't know where he got it. I don't want to know. When I grabbed his hand, his nails were longer. His skin felt cold. And his eyes, they weren't Leo's anymore. He's becoming it, I thought. The Wendigo isn't just a creature. It's a disease. That night, Leo vanished too. I woke up to claw marks beside my sleeping bag, and my own name etched into the dirt. I was the last one. The final day is a blur. I wandered the forest, whispering to myself, starving, delirious. The sky felt wrong, like it was pulsing. I saw shapes between trees, faces, mouths with no lips, hands with too many fingers. Then I saw Jason, but he was wrong. His body was cracked, bones sharp under skin. His eyes were gone, replaced with darkness. He smiled. "You brought us here, Ethan," he said. "Now it's your turn." I ran. I don't know how I made it back to the trailhead. I collapsed on the road. A ranger found me 3 days later. I had hypothermia, dehydration, delusions. They never found Jason, or Leo, or Manny. Just claw marks in trees, blood in the cave. a broken drone with a corrupted SD card. I left Texas, never went back, but every November I hear it, the howl, and some nights I see my own reflection move, just a second too late. Wendigo doesn't eat you all at once. It waits, it watches, and then it turns you into the thing you feared most. Because once it sees your face, you're already part of its forest.